Yeah, it's always confusing when I have to mention this game because it's got two different titles, like not a Japanese one. In the UK and Europe it's called Shadow of Memories, but everywhere else, well, America, is called Shadow of Destiny, which is what it's called on here. So that's just really weird to me in general, seeing that it's called that. So, okay, let's get on with it. Yeah, I think Shadow of Memories sounds better. It's not that the other one's particularly bad, but I do prefer it. I'll check get rid of all my keyboard stuff. Go away. There we go. But it's really cool to have this on PC because on my on the PS2, when you have the PS2, I can play it on my PS3, but it freezes on one of the chapters, so in theory I can't play it. I can only play it up to like the first 3 chapters. But it's nice to actually have a way to play it now. Oh yeah. It's not a majorly long game, that's the thing. You could quite easily, well, I say easily, it's a good I'd say probably 4 to 5 hours, probably. And that's totally fine. Everyone's, gets all up in a roar about games being too short, but I think it's nice to have some games that you can just kind of play in one day. Okay.
What the... what's going on? What on earth could have happened? Am I dead?
Bingo.
Who's there?
How does it feel to be dead, Ike?
Damn it, who is this? Are you making fun of me?
Not at all. I beg your pardon if I've offended you. You are strongly fated today. You see, you are destined to die.
What?
But if you have the will to somehow reverse that fate by yourself, I can lend you some measure of strength. How about it? Will you deal with me?
Thanks, but no thanks. Sounds too good to be true.
Why? Can't you trust me?
Of course not. I get it. You're the big S, the devil. In exchange for your immortal soul and all that, am I right?
Your soul? Oh, please. In this day and age? If I do have an agenda, it's that you survive.
Let me think it over a bit.
Of course. Go ahead. But don't keep me waiting too long. I don't much like to be left hanging. Well, what reason is there to procrastinate? You either just die here and now, or you prevent it. It's that simple. What have you got to lose?
All right. I'm sorry I called you the devil. I don't want to die yet. Please, help me.
All right, but I want you to be aware of something. You have to understand that the destiny that awaits you is a potent one, which means that just because you've managed to avoid death once, doesn't mean you're free of the threat. Unless you tear out its very root, destiny can't be cheated.
So, coming back to life isn't the hard part, huh? Man, but that can't be helped.
You're right, but that's also where your own strengths come into play. Are you ready? I'm going to give you some of my time-shifting powers. I'm going to give you this digipad. Please use it well.
Alright. You can look in first person here. That's pretty neat. I think so, not to this extent. Pretty neat. There you go.
But it's not as though you can use it anywhere or any time you want. This will respond to phenomena that have some relevance to you as its user. As soon as it begins to respond, it's usable. You can't solve the real problem by just using it when you're about to die. It's better to make use of it to remove the underlying cause of your death. Oh, and one more thing.
Something else?
Yes, and it's very important. If the response begins in the time-space you've traveled out to, please come back immediately. Other people and objects can be just left in another time and stay intact, but that isn't true for you as the user. If it starts to respond, you need to come back quickly, or you won't be able to get back at all. Just be careful of that. It looks like time is something even more serious than I know. Good luck.
Is it square? Triangle? Oh, I might not be able to do that yet. Okay.
Sir, please wake up. Are you all right? Do you feel sick or something? Sir?
Huh? Huh? Oh, sorry. I fell asleep.
Dana. Dana, that'll do.
Okay.
No, strange, 'cause I've always theorised what the actual digipad device he uses looks like. I've always kind of thought it's just like, well, pretty much like a iPad tablet that we have today. The device, the digipad, which he uses to time travel.
I'll just leave what I owe for the coffee here.
It's got long legs.
Hmm. 2 o'clock. I still can't believe what just happened. But since I have this digipad here, I guess it really...
It's
did
digital.
happen.
It's a digipad, so it is digital. I always imagine it to be like an iPad, and when you go on it, you can press the kind of the time portals you want to open. Yeah. So that's the really cool thing about this game is it almost has like I always compare it to Shenmue in the sense that it has a kind of a town that you explore and you kind of see it in different stages. It's a town that really grows on you actually. There's not many environments in games I find that really grow on me like that, but this one certainly does.
I guess this is as far as I go.
Yeah, okay.
You've got to be kidding me. But this square does get a lot of performers. You know, street performers. They get a pretty big crowd going. It's kind of nice.
Pretty much. So it's strange because you can ask people around about the event that's about to kind of occur, but I don't see how you should know about a street performer yet. So I don't. That's a little inconsistent. We'll go to the fortune teller. So. Progressive. Oh, maybe not. What do we get there?
Fortune's told. Oh, I never noticed this place before.
That's the kind of fun thing about this game is depending on what you do on each chapter can change the route of the story. Oh, very much so. It's the first time I've really ever played a game to actually see that effect really have impact.
Welcome. I've been expecting.
Yeah, like I said, the game's in chapters, and you can actually
Actually,
beat
I
each
just
chapter in
happened to
different
stop
ways
by, and I was wondering if you could tell me my
that then
fortune.
changes the story.
Am I going to die soon?
I mean, it's not like every single little thing you do, but
Thanks.
it's to the point where you
Really,
can certainly see a difference.
Please, don't just give me the usual niceties. This is very serious for me.
Don't worry.
So,
The fated hour is 2:30.
what?
Whatever I foresee, you can change. If you take no action, the fate I see will befall you for certain. But I seem to see in you the strength to defy fate itself.
The power to defy fate?
If, for instance, and this is only an example, your fate is to be stabbed while taking a walk after you leave this place, and this would happen if you are alone at the fated hour. But if you know what awaits you, you would find people to be with, so that you would not be by yourself, unprotected.
But then what?
If you are among others at the fated hour, the assassin must give up his quarry, and fate would have been defied. But a single change will affect all else that follows it. How it changes, no one can tell. There are too many threads, too many tangles. I cannot help you with what lies so far ahead, and your actions could bring even greater danger. But if fate can be changed, you should fight as hard as you can. If you can return here after the appointed hour has passed, then I will tell you the next fortune.
All right. I think I can trust you.
Yeah, so the concept is like use square. There we go. 7 moments time. So you use this device to then go back in certain periods of time, which it allows you to. There we go, got it. Yeah, and then while you're also back in time, let's say on this example you're going back like an hour in time, every second you spend in the past also like every second ticks and progresses in the present as well. So if I spend 10 minutes in the time, that'll still be 10 minutes spent in the present as well. And as the fated time for where he's to die is 2:30, I've got to make sure that I do everything I'm meant to do within that time, or yeah, you're stuck there and it messes up time and everything basically. Well, yeah, so like you look up like Back to the Future. I remember, I think he like he eventually comes back, and then he's like he's not been there, he's gone a second or something. But in this case, is like no, every second you spend here does transpire in the original time, and that's why there's 2 clocks, so you can kind of see it's in the original time it's 5 past 2, and that time is ticking. And every time that you speak to someone, that also kind of takes up time as well.
Excuse me, have you seen a man walking around here?
So that took 30 seconds, even though it didn't, admittedly, but it does that in the game, so you've got to be kind of careful who you talk to. And I find this woman in general is very strange, because there's a man and a woman that are always running about, and they're always like in different locations as you progress each chapter. And then it's like, this is a subplot like you think they're meant to meet, but I don't actually know if they do. I've never been able to figure it out. I'm going to have to try that this time. See if talking to them each chapter does that. So it's a bit hard because I don't understand how he knows like about the upcoming theatre performance. Like, it'd be nice if there was like posters on the wall that you'd look at and then say, oh, upcoming theatre, I see. And then he kind of gathers everyone around to do that, but he doesn't have, at this moment in time, he has no indication of how to actually gather a group or the event that's going to take place. So it's a bit strange.
You want me to come to the square at 2:30?
Maybe.
What's going to happen in the square? A performer, maybe? Well, all right. I don't have anything else to do.
But yeah, that's what the objective is now, is to gather people around the square at the fated time. So we're gonna go around and find some people. Actually, I think that there's something quite cool. Let me go check. I'm not gonna do this because the sound of death on this game is horrific. It's really ear piercing, so I don't want to activate that. But this is pretty cool. It's quite fun because people comment on it as well.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
But yeah, I'm not going to activate that because I can't stand that sound. But it's quite fun. Okay, finding more people.
Have you seen my mother? Okay. Guess I'll go to the square.
And very cool, we've got to find one more woman. Yes, this is the bloke I was speaking about earlier. The guy that the other girl was going to meet.
Have you seen a woman wrapped in a coat wandering around here?
Nah, but yeah, it's strange. Like I said, 'cause they throughout the game they wander about and they're always in different locations and they never seem to meet. But then suddenly they just stop, they just don't appear, and it's like, did it ever actually conclude? I don't know. So we'll check that out this time because I can't remember that.
Have you seen my girl? Ooh, at the square. Oh, thank you. I'll go find her there.
And now that I've done the objective, the green lights on the digipad are flashing, and at the hip too, so that kind of indicates that I've done what I need to do. Like I said, they haven't introduced this actual proper mission, if you will, very well. Which is the only one like that, funnily enough, and it's the introduction.
What? Looking for a date? Do me a favor. Go away. I look strange. Mind your own business.
Okay. So you can just literally use the digipad and just vanish back anyway, but I always like to make it so the character hides in an alley so he's not seen. There we go. So now I can return back as soon as possible. There we go. Oh crap, she saw me. Quick. No! Well, I tried anyway. So now we're back in the original time, and you can see over there. Can I do first? I can't. It's so strange. You can interiors you can do first person, but in exteriors you can't. I wonder why that is. But anyway, yeah. So they're all there because I've asked them to be there at a certain time, but I've got a little bit more time, so I can look around and see what else there is. Because that's the kind of fun thing about this game. You can really explore the town and find different things. We can activate different cutscenes and whatnot, and change the story.
I guess this is as far as I go.
But this is the introduction, so it's a little bit limited. Yeah, she did. Well, well, no, not really. Like, in the context of the story, she wouldn't have seen me go through that portal. But, yeah. Maybe she's just suspicious. We'll leave it there. Because I don't want her to know. Yeah, they have this church as well, which I've always been confused about. Like, you have like kind of a pan-in shot when you enter it first, but I'm pretty sure there's no story events that happen in this church. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that as well. At the moment there's a barrier because... Oh, ooh. Alright, game's telling me to hurry up. Yeah. Well, actually, I should have a good 15 minutes. Not 15 minutes in real time, mind you, but... Yeah. We'll talk to the fortune teller again, see if she's got anything interesting to say. That's what's fun to do about this game, is to kind of like, when you do things, it's nice to go back to certain places and see if they notice or if things change. There's a lot of that in this game.
Is there anything further?
Oh, but she didn't want to this time. Like, if you go to her when you're in, you've gone back in time and speak to her, she's like, "Oh, you're not in the right time, are you? How dare you?"
You had better hurry. The hour approaches.
Cool. I think that's everything we can do on the introduction chapter. It's just kind of setting the, you know, the parameters of the gameplay, really. It's funny though, because the controls are very strange. Like, I kind of liken it to like a car. Like, I mainly control it by just moving the camera controls rather than the character, other than just holding up. Okay.
Look, I'm busy right now. Don't bother me.
Nope. Yeah, it's telling me off again.
Quiet! I'm watching the show. What?
Do you have a map? I'm trying to remember that. I don't know what I've mapped it to on my control pad. I know you do here. Yeah, okay. Just checking.
Hey, now here's a guy with no worries. There was someone behind me. Oh, but it looks like the crowd scared him off. Oh, that fortune teller. She told me to come back. I should go look her up again.
Okay, cool. Save every chapter. Okay.